Testing. Testing. Are we live? Okay, so we are discussing SAFEMOON here tonight. Okay, looks like we're live. So these are our SAFEMOON discussions. I'm here. I've been getting a lot of questions about SAFEMOON, about the crypto project, and I just wanted to go through a quick analysis and discussion so that you all know how to research these kinds of crypto projects on your own. So you can make your own decision about your own personal investing portfolio or risk tolerance. So let's get started. So right off the bat, you want to go to either CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. Those are the two top exchange crypto trackers. So if we pull up CoinMarketCap for this one, we do see SAFEMOON is down 15%. Nothing really to be surprised about there. It is a cryptocurrency, and those kinds of movements can happen from time to time. So one thing you do want to keep an eye on is the market cap, which they don't have right now. So that's kind of not a great thing. That either means the project is really new and it doesn't really have much information out, or it is not the it's kind of a sketch project, I should say, that CoinMarketCap is unable to determine what the market cap of this project is. So we can actually go over and check CoinGecko, because it might just be that CoinMarketCap is having a problem with that. So if we check CoinGecko, we've got SAFEMOON over here as well. They have it down 32% on the day. And again, no market cap, as you can see right here. Let's see, can everyone, yeah. As you can see right here, no market cap, so also not a great thing. We do want to keep an eye on this circulating supply. When the circulating supply and the max supply are equal, that tends to be a good sign, because it means there's not very many outstanding coins and there won't be very much inflation that you will have to deal with. So that's something we also want to keep an eye out. Again, we can't really check that for SAFEMOON because it's not available. Scrolling down, we do see though that SAFEMOON is less than 2 weeks old, no 14-day history. So it's gone up quite a bit from a market cap. Do we have that? We don't have a market cap. So it's gone up from an individual price of like a lot of zeros and a 6 to less zeros and a 41. How many zeros is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. 7 zeros. And then current price is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. So it's gone up about 5x. Yeah, 6 zeros 30, and then 7 zeros 6. So it's gone up about 5x from its initial listing price. So it's gone up quite a bit. It's a good sign. And we are up 567% from the all-time low. So that's something you want to just right off the bat take a look at. The next thing you kind of want to check over on CoinMarketCap, they usually have a section, nothing else. They usually have a section where there's a little description of the project and what information you can find about it. But because SAFEMOON is so new, this is not really populated yet, so we don't have that information. So let's swap on over to overview. Same kind of chart that we saw over on CoinGecko. That's not going to change much. Live price data, not too much information. Read more. Again, no helpful information. Scroll down, you do have news. Nothing really positive or negative, just scanning through about SAFEMOON, and no extra information. So one of the things you want to check next is how it's traded, or what kind of token it is. So we'll go to see all markets. And what we see here is that it is only available on PancakeSwap according to CoinMarketCap. And PancakeSwap, let's actually take a look at CoinGecko to see if that's the same thing. CoinGecko down here, PancakeSwap and BakerySwap with no volume, 0% volume. So it's all PancakeSwap with wrapped Binance token and Pancake. Okay, so this could be a red flag because SafeMoon is a Binance token that is only traded on PancakeSwap. Because of this, it is fairly easy to make and list. These are decentralized exchanges, or DEXs for short. And so what a DEX is, a decentralized exchange, or DEX for short, is an exchange that is on the decentralized blockchain internet. And when you have something on the decentralized blockchain internet, it's fairly easy to put something up yourself. Normally, when you have a normal token, like we see over here on CoinGecko, we do have something like Crypto.com or eToro. Those are exchanges that have to follow certain rules and regulations. And so when those exchanges list a coin, you know that coin has had to go through at least some level of regulatory scrutiny. So when something's just listed on a DEX, that doesn't mean to say it's necessarily bad. The barrier to entry is just lower, so it is easier to get a scam through the system. So that's not necessarily a bad thing we're seeing here, but also not a good thing. So we do want to look further. So we can actually go to SafeMoon XYZ, which is the SafeMoon homepage, which I had up, but I just reopened. So we'll take a look at the SafeMoon website, and on the SafeMoon website, it looks like they have about $11 million of liquidity, just under 100,000 people holding. Market cap, so this is nice. They're showing us what the market cap is here. Market cap of $169 million. That's a bit larger than you would expect for a project that is only a couple, not even 2 weeks old. When did they launch? They launched March 13th, which is 10 days ago. So not even 10 days old, and they've already got a market cap of 169 million. Typically, when you're looking for an undervalued altcoin gem, you want to look at like, I like to look at like 100 million or lower, because that has a significant amount of room for growth. So this one's already kind of getting up there, closer to the 100 million to 1 billion range, which is a little more mid-level. So now that we've kind of taken a look here, we can scroll down, see they have a roadmap, which is a good sign. Protocol initialized, we begin expanding our team, start making marketing, building the website, obtaining donations, establishing a legal entity. So they don't have any of this really yet. The initial push, we begin taking donations for Bitmart and finished Whitebit testing, or Whitebit listing requirements. We also begin development of the SafeMoon wallet and start pumping out merchandise. So pumping out merchandise, that stands out kind of to me, because that sounds like they're just trying to make money on this. And an NFT, so they're making NFTs as well. Hold the line, that sounds reminds me a lot of the GameStop Robinhood debacle, where everyone said hold the line for holding the GameStop stock. So that might not be the greatest thing to see, just in general. They're going to be looking to gain partnerships with large companies to get us to the moon. So right off the bat, this doesn't look like the project has very many, if any, fundamentals. They're not really talking about what value they're bringing or what long-term goals are. I know they have their 1-year roadmap here, but most of what they're saying is just literally to the moon. So like trying to make money. So that's not really a good sign. They do have quite a few social platforms, which is a good sign. So we're going to take a look at that. So first up, we have their Twitter here. 25K followers. So that's nice. They've got a larger following. No one I follow is following them. So this is another great sign you can look at as an indicator for how technically sound, or how financially sound, I guess, a project is. When you follow certain crypto influencers or crypto developers or just developers, investors, or influencers in general, um, Twitter will actually show you who is following the page you're looking at. So here I see no major crypto creators or influencers or investors following the SafeMoon protocol. So quite possibly they could have just made an account like last month. Actually, they did make the account last month. They could have just made the account and then bought like 25,000 followers. So that is a possibility. Seifu. So the moon just became even more hashtag Safu. I don't know what that means. Now completed its 4-year lock on the second LP. We have 2 locked LP. That's liquidity. Typically that stands for liquidity provider or liquidity protocol. So it looks like they're saying they're locking it up till May of 2025. So that is a good sign. That means that people won't be able to dump their tokens on the market and drop the price significantly. Do you think SafeMoon should be listed on the default token list of PancakeSwap? Hey guys, Newsweek wrote an article about SafeMoon, so let's check this out. It's just how to buy the SafeMoon cryptocurrency. Let's see the author of the article. He's written quite a few. Not very many on technology. Is there no proof that the vaccine works? Interesting. Gorilla families come together. So it doesn't look like he normally reports on cryptocurrencies in particular, so that's something to keep in mind. But this one in particular, gathering a new type of cryptocurrency called SafeMoon is gathering interest amongst enthusiasts, search trends show. So we can actually check that for ourselves over on Google Trends and see what the trending SafeMoon. See how that's going. Yeah, so it's kind of been taking off over the past couple days. Looks like the only state unaffected is what is that, Wyoming? Yeah, Wyoming, and Alaska. So most places this is trending a lot in New England, Maine, Mississippi, not New England, but Maine mostly. So it looks like it is trending. It is still fairly new. No search interest historically because it's a new project. So let's go back to our article. So it's trending. Remember, getting to the moon takes time, and the longer you hold, the more tokens you pick up. So this isn't really sounding like a project that really has many fundamentals. It's just about pumpamentals, where it's just trying to pump up the coin, going to the moon, and all this. Withdraw your. So this article, Xander White play SafeMoon website. Looks like it's just explaining how to buy SafeMoon, because Binance Smart Chain is still fairly new and PancakeSwap is like a Uniswap DEX on the Binance Smart Chain. Not many people are familiar with that or how to use it, so they're talking about setting that up. So this article doesn't really tell us much about what the project is doing other than having good pumpamentals. They are doing a token burn. This is not really super relevant because they didn't have a clear explanation of their tokens before. And so if they have a token that is uncapped, yeah, I don't see anywhere, even on their homepage, what the token cap is. So when you have a token that has an unlimited supply cap, this is also kind of a red flag because the creators, once enough money has been put into the system, the creators can just mint a bunch of their own tokens and then sell. So that is definitely something you'd want to watch out for. So we're going to continue looking through. We do want to take a look at the white paper. There's generally like three things I try to do when I'm looking at a project. I try to take a look at their YouTube channel or any other YouTubers. Like if people on YouTube are talking about them, then they've already done some of the research. The information's already out there, and it's accessible. So we could take a look at that and kind of kick off of where they were. Take a look at LinkedIn. This is one that is also fairly useful because LinkedIn gives you the identities of people who are working on a project, so you will have their real identities. And if they have real identities, then they're not an anonymous team. And an anonymous team is generally a big red flag in the crypto space right now, just because when you're anonymous, it's so easy for someone to put up a fake project where they're just like, to the moon, pump it up, buy these tokens, and then once a bunch of people buy in, they do what's called a rug pull, where they will basically flood the market with their tokens and drain all of the funds and then just exit. You kind of saw this happen with Paid Network recently. For those of you who have followed, Paid Network was not a rug pull, but it was a victim of a hack, and the price of the token, everyone thought it was a rug pull because it had all the characteristics of it when it happened. The price of the token fell significantly and it hasn't really recovered. So you see here, the price was like $2.88, and then it dropped to like 30 cents. And then by within a week, it was down to like 10 cents per token. So they reissued the contract, reissued tokens on a new contract, and are trying to rebuild from that. But that's basically what happens when you get rug pulled. Only in this case, it wasn't the team; it was someone hacking them. And when it is the team, they don't relist, they don't do anything to make it right. They just take the money and run. And that is very easy when the team, the developers, are anonymous. So you do want to keep that in mind and try to avoid anonymous crypto projects. So SAFEMOON. Okay, so they've got their total supply here, which is quite a bit. What is that? Million, billion, trillion. They've got one more, like 1,000 trillion coins. Million, billion, trillion, and they are planning to burn about a quarter of those. So that's a good sign. They do have a fixed supply. This is something I would want personally, if I were to invest, to have audited, because they can put whatever they want on the website, but you don't know what the code is really showing. Like they could say that there's only 1,000 trillion coins is the total supply, but in reality on their program they could have it where it's like unlimited coins. And so that's why you really do want to see this circulating supply and market cap on both CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. So here CoinMarketCap doesn't have the circulating supply. It does look like CoinGecko has that though, so that's a good sign, with that fixed limited supply. So that's a good sign. But again, I'm not really seeing any usability or practical use case here. I'm just kind of seeing a lot of pumpamentals. So that is something you'd want to keep an eye out for. So we've kind of taken a look at Twitter. I do want to be time conscious. Let me see on YouTube, where are we at? We are at 2:50. Oh, 19 minutes already. Okay, so let's pick up the pace a little bit, because I do want to get to questions. So we'll take another 5 minutes or so. 5 minutes or so, and then we'll go to a Q&A. So that's what we have so far for SafeMoon. So the next step is we look at LinkedIn. SafeMoon is a community-driven and fair-launched auto-generated liquidity pool, static rewards to holders. So that is something good. A liquidity pool, for those of you unfamiliar, is basically where when you want to buy cryptocurrency, say, you need there to be enough liquidity in the system for you to be able to buy it without it adversely affecting the price. And what I mean by adversely affecting the price is that, let's say there's 5 Ethereum on the market and you come in and you want to buy 10 Ethereum. If you try to buy 10 Ethereum, you will not only buy all 5 Ethereum, but the remaining none Ethereum, if someone brings on some Ethereum to the market to try to sell, you've already bought it all and you're willing to buy the other 5 for a lot of money, let's say. That would push the price up a lot. This generally is called slippage when you see it on an exchange like Uniswap or PancakeSwap. And so you don't want slippage. And the way to avoid slippage, and slippage really simply is where, say you want to buy $10 worth of Ethereum, and that'll get you, or $10 worth of crypto X, and that crypto X $10 will give you 5 crypto X. If it is a very illiquid pool, then your $10 might only get you 4 tokens worth of crypto X, because there is not enough of it there is not enough supply to meet the demand, and so the price is going to be pushed up. So that's what slippage is. And in a really drastic situation, you just don't have the liquidity for the trade. So they're looking like they're going to try to address this. They're talking about their market cap, token holders, and everything. They do have a Discord, so that's good. SAFEMOON, we've already checked, 1 to 10 employees. And this is really useful. We can see all employees. No, we can't. I have to log in. So they do have these people that are employed at SAFEMOON. So if you were doing a deep dive research on this project, what you could do is you could look into each one of these people, so that if there is a situation where there's a rug pull or something, you would know who to talk to about that, and kind of go try to get your money back. And so that is a big reason why anonymous project creators are such a red flag, because you can't do that with them. Whereas here, people are kind of putting their face and their identities attached to the project, so they're more or less accountable if something goes wrong. So this is something you'd want to investigate, look more into them, look into their backgrounds, their histories, kind of what experience they've had in technology development and in cryptocurrency and blockchain in particular. See if they're well qualified to be doing this, that kind of stuff. So that's one thing you'd want to take a look out for, to spend some time researching that for any kind of project deep dive you're going to do. So we've looked at LinkedIn, we've looked a little bit at the white paper. The next thing you want to do is you want to go to YouTube, and while you're here, you might as well subscribe to my channel and like the video. Shameless plug there, but I'm really proud that I managed to fit that in before the end of the video, like I always do. So yeah, remember to subscribe, bell button, notifications, all. What are we looking for? Like the video, share it, send it to your friends, all that jazz. So we're looking up SAFEMOON. 5 hours ago, Invest with Henry made a SAFEMOON video. Connor Kennedy, I don't know this person, or Kenny, is this the new SAFEMOON? Safe Mars cryptocurrency. So I don't know why there has to be a new SAFEMOON if SAFEMOON is is 10 days old, literally 10 days old. And it's only gone up 500%, which is big for most investing situations. But considering this is crypto and you can have 10,000% gains at times, you kind of want a higher reward for the amount of risk you're taking on with an investment like this. So Crypto Mischief, and it was Kenny was not the right one. Why I bought SAFEMOON Crypto. Open link in new tab. And all of these look like they're getting fairly low views. The Connor Kenny was 6.3 thousand, 16,000 subscribers. So let's take a look at what his video is about. Maybe he'll give us a brief explanation of SAFEMOON. So a lot of the times creators will explain what they were doing here. No, so he doesn't give any real details or explanation. Today we were talking about SafeMars, the new crypto on the blockchain, or on the block, which has a very similar technology to SafeMoon. Which one do you like more? So we don't really know what this video is about, and I don't have the time to sit through this while we're reviewing all of these. So let's take a look at someone else. This guy, SafeMoon. So we have some fairly large YouTube creators talking about SafeMoon. It's often difficult to cut through the hype of a new coin in crypto. It's even harder to try to predict where much of the hype project will be 6 months or a year from now. So this is good. The hype behind SafeMoon token on Binance Smart Chain, that's what BSC stands for here, has been so huge that it is now being compared to Doge. That is for sure. We've actually talked about that here. The amount of rocket emojis I have seen has been second to Doge only. YouTubers, plenty are gleefully slapping. Okay, so a lot of people are saying it's going to go up a lot. That's same to the moon. So this person admits they hold the token and no other really information. So when you're doing a deep dive research like this, what you'll want to do is you'll want to go through and you'll want to watch all the videos that are about SafeMoon and see what people are saying, what they have researched already. So so that's that third thing we wanted to talk about. We wanted to do. We've taken a look at all that. We know the team isn't anonymous. They're on LinkedIn, so you can check it out. We checked the YouTube. There's quite a few videos already out, so you can take a look at those and kind of do more research with that. Their white paper gave some details, not too many explanations on what specifically they'll do. Their roadmap was looked mostly like a pump scheme, but they do talk about locking liquidity for the token holders, which means no one can really dump on the market, so it's much easier to move the price upward, also downward, because there just is less liquidity to be messed with. So that's pretty much it for our discussion so far. I am going to turn to questions now. Let's see. I normally don't get too many on YouTube. Oh, I've been getting quite a few. Sweet. So, first off, thank you all for watching. Mark Rivera Vizeles, DJ, JD DJ, and Daniel Gooding. I will be getting your questions now. I normally don't get them, so I wasn't really watching the chat, but it looks like, what price do you think is the best to buy SafeMoon? So personally, I would do a bit more research into buying SafeMoon. They are currently at a market cap, as we talked about, of 169 million, just under 200 million. So what I would do is I would look at what I think SafeMoon's price should be based on their technology and what problem they're trying to solve, and then I would see how much room they have to grow and whether or not it's worth it for me to buy in. And keep in mind, you should never invest more money than you're willing to lose, willing and able to lose, so do be careful about that. Yeah, no audit is a worry. Okay, next comment, no audit is a worry. It is too easy for projects to be exploited. Yes, it is very good to have project audits generally, because an audit, for those of you who don't know, is where a group of professional programmers, professional blockchain developers, with a team come through and they literally look at the code for the project and say, this line's okay, this line's okay, this line is a red flag, it's like from a code template that has been exploited before, so fix this. And this line gives complete control of the project to the founder, who can then execute a rug pull. And so what the audit does is they come through, they analyze all this, and they make it public so that you can see and make those decisions, those informed decisions for yourself. So that is something we do want to see for a project like this. Doggeria just bought on the original Doge dev. Oh, just brought on the original Doge dev as lead developer. Looking at NFT Marketplace, that is integrated with a game using the Doggiara token as the native token. The game will also be play to earn. So I'm not familiar with Doggiara. We can take a quick look at that one. It's not coming up. So I'm going to finish up this discussion of SAFEMOON, but I will make a note to discuss or to look into Doggiara later. Doggiara. It's not coming up on CoinGecko right now, so I'm going to move on for now, but I will come back to that at some point later in the future. Next one. If they're not docs, then you can't hold them accountable. So yeah, doxing isn't really. I would definitely not recommend that at all. For those of you who don't know, it's like figuring out someone's personal address and then kind of threatening them in person. But when you do have a situation of people putting together a project that is, I think they said they've got like $10 million in liquidity, and those people then steal that, knowing their identities makes it a lot easier to hold them accountable. So that's why anonymous founding groups for crypto projects are kind of a red flag. You'll take a look. SafeMoon, to reach 7 billion market cap, they would need a sponsorship from Elon for that. Yeah. Basically, if Elon starts tweeting about SafeMoon just like Doge, then SafeMoon's pumpamentals are basically going to be better than Dogecoin's, because Dogecoin was a joke and they didn't really have any pumpamentals, and SafeMoon, it looks like, has actually worked on making their own project pumpamentals. So there's that. Let me actually move this. Why is this not moving? Okay, I just tried to move the questions on screen, but I can't seem to get those available. So thank you, JDDJ. Good logic. Doge and Godzilla Doggira. It is in the process of being added to CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. So yeah, so I don't know about Doggira. I will keep an eye out on it. If you can give me a link for a website or something, I can take a look, add that to my list of coins to check into. But you definitely do want a project to be listed on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, just so it's easier for you to do your research. And you can always like invest in something before it's available like anywhere. The thing is, it's much harder to do your due diligence when that is there. You have potential for a lot more gains. Like I think I got into Soda Finance like a day or two after they listed on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and the market cap at the time was like $1 million. So like that was pretty good. But there were some other things that I wasn't able to do my research on because it was just so early. So that is something you wanna keep in mind. So it looks like Telegram at Doggiara token. Okay, I will check that Telegram Doggiara token. Okay, thank you for that information. I will take a look, and now I'm gonna hop on over. Can I move TikTok over? Okay, let's see. Did we have any questions here on TikTok? Oh wow, there was a lot. Sorry, TikTok. I was mostly over on YouTube. So if I'm ever not looking at the questions, you can always hop on over to YouTube where I am filming the live stream. So we do have a question from TikTok now. I think I got everything on YouTube. I'm curious of meme coins, although did you see the original Doge dev come back to crypto after 7 years? I did not see the original. Thank you for the question, Ada PT Crypto, Adapt Crypto. Nice name. I did not see the news that the Doge developer came back. But that is interesting to know. I know that the developer got in really early. Like, I think Doge was one of the first cryptocurrencies, or not one of the first, one of the many launched during the early crypto hype in like 2013, 2014. Let me actually see if I can pull up Dogecoin. Number 17. That's just so funny to me. It's got like a $6.6 billion market cap, and it's up like 24,000% on the year. So yeah, Doge came out in like 2013, and they were part of that initial really early crypto, the first bubble we had, or second, I should say. But that's kind of neat that the developer came back. Hi, what price do you think CRO coin can get to? So CRO coin, and we've talked about this a little bit before. I actually have a report on it on my Patreon entirely for free and on my Medium page. Both are linked in bio, and on my About page for YouTube. So I think you can see that there. But CRO, I think Virtual Bacon had some really good research. He was predicting a 4x average. For CRO, the market cap is currently 5 billion or so, and if it becomes something like Binance, because it seems comparable to Binance, we could be looking at a $40 billion market cap, which 5 to 40 is like 8. So we could be looking at like an 8x return. I think that would be best case scenario because Binance is a bit more developed. Adapt Crypto, it was an exploit. I think you were asking or talking about Paid Network there, and yeah, Paid Network was victim to an exploit where they had their token, all the liquidity drained. So that was kind of a bummer. But luckily for the users, Paid was actually not from the team, and so the team came in and re-minted the tokens, generated a new contract, did all that stuff. The only meme coin I've seen audited is Dogiera, audited by War on Rugs. So I will look that up, Dogiera. This is sounding like a better coin, but I will need to take a look. Dogiera, War on Rugs audit. Okay, I will take a look at that. Thank you all for the questions. I will get back to you on those. What's going on with Bitcoin? Bitcoin is dropping in price right now quite a bit. We can actually take a look at that. BTC. Yeah, Bitcoin kind of broke down its supports. I mean, if you look at the long-term time frame, nothing. It's up like a million% from its all-time low. But we are going to look at the 1 month time frame, and it's down quite a bit. Let's look at the 7-day. So we are down from like 60K to almost 52K. Bitcoin has been in a bull run quite aggressively for a little while now, and it does make sense that we're having these pullbacks. For those of you who aren't familiar, Nupal, unrealized. There is this chart that I'm going to show you now, the net unrealized profit chart, and that is coming up on YouTube shortly. So the net unrealized profit chart shows the euphoria and the greed, optimism, denial, hope, fear, capitulation. All these areas are sort of different market psychology levels. And what we have seen historically is any time the Bitcoin price gets to the euphoria section, which is 75% unrealized profit loss. And unrealized profit loss is how many people are in profit, basically. How many people have been holding long enough that they are now in a state of profit. And it has to do also with the market cap and what the actual market cap is, and then what the market cap undiluted is with the coins that are not out. But what we see here is that that's interesting. They're saying it's like 76, 77%. What we were seeing here is that we actually touched the 75% earlier, and we got pretty close again at 74%. So we were going up and down pretty close to that euphoria, which marks the end of a bull run. And so you don't want to see that. And I think a lot of people have been seeing that and have been kind of like selling to try to front run the pullback. And in this case, it was kind of helpful because Bitcoin has dropped, I think, almost 8K in price total. But I don't think this is the end, just because if we look at the stock to flow ratio, which is a measure of what the kind of fair value of Bitcoin would be if treated as a commodity, we should be looking at around 85 to 95K, almost $100,000 during this next period of bear market consolidation and everything. And you can't really have a bear market with the price needing to go up like $30,000 or more. So I think while we are experiencing a bit of a pullback, we're probably not at the end of the bull market just yet. And as you can see, we have been overvalued. Today is the 24th, so tomorrow the fair value of Bitcoin would be 54.9K, and so we're just barely below that. We've been kind of above it for a little while. So I think that is what's going on with Bitcoin right now. So one more look. Oh wow, quite a few questions. Thanks for the info. Yeah, I hope you got some value out of it. Hope you learned something. If you did get value, please do smash that like button. It helps out my channel. And if you want to continue getting updates or videos from me, consider subscribing, following, turning on notifications, liking the page, all that stuff. So yeah, Doge was a meme coin. Never meant to be anything serious, and then Elon Musk came in and pumped it all the way up to a $7 billion valuation, which is cool. Good for you if you got in. I invested $10 in Doge before everything, and that was like last summer or earlier, and it's up to like $150 now. So it's honestly the best returns I've ever had, which is kind of a bummer because I've been like researching stocks and now crypto for years now. But you know, it is what it is. I buy on the obvious dips. Yeah, Bitcoin's in a bit of a dip, so it might be a good time to buy. Yeah, Doge is a fork of LTC. So for those of you who don't know, Bitcoin, a fork is when a cryptocurrency is made based on a previous cryptocurrency. They just kind of copy the code, change it up a little bit, and make their own. So Bitcoin was forked, or Litecoin is, many of you may have heard, Litecoin is a fork of Bitcoin, where Litecoin took the code, changed it, I think made the supply 3 times what Bitcoin's is, and then just deployed it. So Litecoin is a fork of Bitcoin, and then from Litecoin there was actually a fork called Lucky Coin, and then from Lucky Coin, Doge forked. So Doge is a fork of a fork crypto. CRO has turned around and its brand recently. It finally recovered from its FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt. For those of you who don't know, in crypto terms, FUD, F-U-D, stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That just means people who are unsure of the future, or kind of scary news. Like there's a rumor that Bitcoin might be banned by the government. That's an example of FUD. I do not have a CRO card. They are regulated in the US, which is a really good sign. They were one of the first groups to get a crypto card in the US, so that's pretty good for them. And it's the end of the month. I have not actually heard that news before. It is the end of the month, so institutions are taking profit in Bitcoin. So that could be why Bitcoin is experiencing a bit of a pullback right now. Um, so thank you for that, Daniel Gooding. That is a very interesting perspective that I had not thought of before. Um, I like your vibe, man. I think you will be excellent for the. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just trying to spread knowledge, information, help as many people as I can, kind of learn in this space. And thank you for the like and subscription. It means a lot. Been working on my YouTube channel for about 6 months now, so it's cool to see people kind of joining my lives and enjoying my content. So thank you. So it looks like I got all the YouTube questions, comments. I'm going to hop back on over to TikTok. Hello, TikTok. Do you have anything with CRO like change to the narrative? Nothing much for CRO. The big change for CRO, in my mind, is that the team has done two major things. First, they are looking at deploying smart contracts, which means you will start being able to build on top of the CRO blockchain. Similarly to Binance, where Binance has its own Binance Smart Chain now. So that's the first thing. The second thing that the CRO group is doing is that they are burning tokens, and what that does is it decreases the total supply, which increases the value of the tokens that are already out. And they did this to increase decentralization. So I actually talk about this a lot on my CRO report if you want to learn more on Patreon. It's entirely free. You don't need to pay for anything. You just go onto my Patreon and look at the recent posts. Once it loads, I will show you all. Flip camera. So once it loads, which it is not loading right now for some reason, I will move on to the other questions while this loads. I like XRP and XLM. XRP, I was one of the first ones I got into. They have a really good marketing group. I will say that about XRP. XRP's kind of native marketing is phenomenal. Like everyone online either loves it or hates it. And my big issue with XRP is I think something like 80% of the supply is held by the founders, which to me is not very decentralized. If XRP goes to the moon, then those founders will become the richest people on Earth just because they held all the tokens for themselves. And then it's also because it's not decentralized, it is being sued by the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, for an unlicensed sale of a security, which is kind of bad news. It's a bit of FUD there, and a lot of XRP maximalists will say that it's not an issue. Personally, I sold out of it when that happened. I had exited my position before that, so I was mostly just holding a moon bag and wasn't too concerned about losing out in case it went up, but I did want to lock in those gains. But the community has been pushing to get XRP relisted from major exchanges, so that is something that that may be happening. So I don't know why. Oh, my shields might be on. There you go. So if you are using Brave browser and you are trying to check out my Patreon for the free articles, turn off your Brave shields, because apparently that stops articles from loading. So we can actually pull up, if you want to know about the CRO project more, then check out my Patreon. It's entirely free for the articles I've written. I wrote one on crypto.com and the CRO token. Just my explanation of my thoughts, bullish case, bearish case. I'm still kind of new to writing these articles, so that will improve with time. It's not at the level of someone like Austin Hankwitz or other analysts' reports that you have to pay for, but I want to try to keep this free so that as many people as possible can benefit from it. Anything with CRO, like changing? Yeah, so I got that CRO question. I hope that answered your question, Eric Anderson, 1 1225. And then I see where it says to transfer your stuff to native or whatever that means. So generally, when you have an exchange coin like Crypto.com's CRO coin, they say you want it on the exchange that you buy it from because that is their own token. So them being able to hold that money gives you benefits. The best example I can think of is KuCoin and the KuCoin token, because if you hold the KuCoin token on the KuCoin exchange, they will give you a whole bunch of benefits, like basically like you don't have to pay fees and stuff, and not having to pay fees means there's more money for you. So generally that's what it means when they want you to keep your money on the exchange that the token is for. I hope that answers your question. If not, just let me know. Is it a pump and dump? What do you think of BTT coin? So I'm not actually super familiar with BTT coin. I think I got a request about that yesterday or the day before. I will take a quick look at it. CoinGecko. We'll just hop on over and look up BTT. BitTorrent. So it's number 46. It's got a market cap of $2 billion. So it's already towards the mid to larger cap range. Just going to do a quick breakdown here. We have, let's see, can we see that on YouTube? Yeah. So circulating supply is 659 billion. Max supply is 990 billion. So about 2/3 of the supply is out. So that is a better sign. What you want to see is you want to see all of the supply out, because that means there won't be any inflation. So you holding the token, like now, you will hold just as much percent of the total supply in the future. They have done pretty well over the past year, 1,300%. Looks like they are a Tron, I believe that's Tron, a Tron-based token. So that is interesting. There's not too many places you can trade something like that. Yeah, it looks like they've got a few exchanges. Oh, actually, they have quite a few exchanges. So that's good. It's good that there are enough exchanges that you can really get this. It looks like we've got KuCoin, Binance, Gate.io, OKX. What are some other popular ones? Hobie, Gigafinex. Yeah, so they've got quite a few exchanges that Upbit that you can exchange. So that's good. It makes it easy to get a hold of. I am not too familiar with the project or what problem they solve, but generally when you are looking at buying a crypto, my strategy, as with any kind of investment, is to sort of buy something you believe in and hold it for the long term. So you would want to keep an eye out for what problem the project solves and what kind of addressable market there is for that. So let's say they are addressing the shipping industry, and there's like $12 billion worth of value shipped every year. And I'm just making up these numbers and stuff. And and they're at $2 billion right now. So they'd have, say, 6x that they could grow. So you'd want to look at something like that to kind of value what you think it's worth, what it's worth right now. Is it going to go up? How much do you think it's going to go up? That kind of stuff. And remember, you should always do your own research, make your own decisions. Don't just take investing advice on like buy this stock from some people online, because most of the time those people have some kind of agenda of their own. Whether it's like me and I just want to try to educate as many people as we can, or it's someone who maybe is getting paid to pump up a coin. That does happen from time to time, and unfortunately there are situations where people don't disclose that information. So that's why it's so important. You should always do your own research and only invest money you are willing and able to lose, and you should always invest in something that you believe in. Okay, so I want to hop back on over really quick. I got some comments on YouTube, quite a few. Okay, like and subscribe. So it's a slow road, mate. It gets easier to look at. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm working on YouTube, so thank you all for the support here on TikTok and here on YouTube. Um, I did not know. So the comment is Mr. Beast only had 1,000 subscribers after 1 year. I did not know that. That is good to know, and that is kind of inspiring. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Beast is, I think, the second biggest YouTuber out there right now. Mad respect to him. He knew he wanted to do YouTube with his life and just dedicated himself to it. And now he makes tons of money and he gives tons of money out to people. So that's really great for him. CRO changed things around once they bought mainnet and burnt. Yeah, so CRO, hopping back to that really quick, CRO burnt 70% of their total supply. Most of that was from the devs. So that really shows they were dedicated to the decentralization of their network. Because think about that, 70% of their $5 billion is 700 million times 5, which $3.5 billion worth of money they just threw away for the community, for their principles. So that is a good statement for the project as a whole, that they believe that vehemently in it. Although it was non-circulating, yeah, that's true. It wasn't circulating yet, but it does ease the mind of investors a lot. Yeah, XRP, interesting project. We've talked about that a bit more, and I've gotten not too many questions. Okay, Tanya Farani. I hope I pronounced that right. I hope I answered your questions. You're welcome. Thanks for the comment. Luke Burns, 21. I don't know if GME is going to the moon still. We were talking about SAFEMOON here. Did a kind of complete deep dive on that, so hopefully you found that useful. If you missed any of the video and you're just hopping on now from TikTok, consider checking out my YouTube. I am streaming it live, and I think I've got about 4 more minutes left on YouTube before I hit the 1 hour mark, and I've heard they boot you off. I've never made a stream this long though, so we'll see. I want to try to answer everyone's questions before hopping off here. Do I need to do anything with my CRO now the blockchain is live? Eric Anderson, 1225, I don't know about that. For CRO with the live blockchain, I think you do want to hold, if you're not holding your crypto on a hardware wallet in cold storage, then you'd want to hold it on the exchange that the coin is offered on, because typically they give you more benefits for doing that. Like we talked about with KuCoin, if you hold KuCoin's token on the KuCoin exchange, they will do things like basically waive all your fees. So you'd want to look at the CRO website for that information. So you just leave the CRO in your wallet on the app, or I think you would leave it again. And this is a Big Head 52. Thank you for the question. I think you would just leave it. That's a good question. I will look into that and put it up. I'm getting quite a few of these, so I will make a note of that to update. Yeah, I actually have a question about that, so I will star that question. Thank you. I will get back to you all on that. So keep an eye out on my page. I will post a video on that in the next couple days, hopefully. I am kind of backlogged with a lot of questions though, and projects to research, so I don't know if I can do the best job on that one right now. Should I get a DeFi wallet? A DeFi wallet, I don't really know if there's any necessarily wallets that are exclusively DeFi. Typically, so decentralized, DeFi stands for decentralized finance, and is basically the blockchain for all intents and purposes. DeFi is the blockchain, and when you have a wallet that is compatible with a specific type of blockchain, like a wallet that is Ethereum blockchain compatible, that is a DeFi wallet. So any wallet that can hold Ethereum is going to be a DeFi wallet. Now that we have more blockchains like Binance Smart Chain and like Crypto.com CRO, there are more compatibility issues you're going to have with a wallet. But personally, if you are not holding cryptocurrency, in my opinion, and you should always do your own research and make your own decisions about this, but in my belief, if you are not holding your cryptocurrency in something that is making you money, like an interest bearing account, or you're staking it, or you're lending it out or something and getting interest payments for that, then I would recommend putting it onto a cold storage hardware wallet, because that has historically been the most safe choice for investors to make. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see, Young Chipotle. Okay, so we just got a comment from Young Chipotle. So thank you, Young Chipotle, for that. You can stake on the app in the earn section. So everyone who's been asking on the crypto.com CRO token, you can actually stake that token in the app, in the earn section. So go to the earn section and then stake the token if you're keeping it there, and that'll give you a reward. I did hear that 20%, 20% APY, and lower fees by 25%. Thank you, Young Chipotle, for all the information. You need to move it to the CRO DeFi wallet. So you'll want to move, so thank you for the information, Young Chipotle. You'll want to move your CRO token to the CRO specific wallet, and then use the earn section to stake it, and you will get 20% APY. APY is annual percentage yield, and that just means how much money they will give you every year, typically averaged over a 12-month period, based on your investment. So let's say I invest $100,000 and I get 20% APY, then I'm getting $20,000 per year, and that's typically divided into 12 equal payments once a month or something like that, generally speaking. And it looks like you'll also get lower fees by 25%. So I will look into that more and get back to you all on that. Do I have this? BitTorrent. I need to make a note to include that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all for that info. Thank you, Young Chipotle, for sharing that with us. Or a MetaMask just got a fixed stake in my Ruby Red card. Nice. Okay. So it looks like I've gotten to the end of all the questions. Yeah. One more thing. It looks like we got a comment here on YouTube. XRP. One of the founders did sell quite a bit. I saw that in the news. XRP. Let me see if I can pull that up. XRP founder sells 2.25 million tokens. So let's see if we can check this out. Yeah, so one of the founders sold $22 million worth of XRP, just exited, and that on Valentine's Day. So that was like last month. So they did that. That happens. And that's one of the reasons, personally, I would be concerned with XRP as an investment, because the founders own like 80% of the supply, which to me is just like a big red flag. So that is one issue you may have with XRP. Yeah, okay. So thank you all for the comments. I do have this one more from Young Chipotle. What is a Bitcoin like? I know how it works, but is a Bitcoin a string of code? If I was to look at a Bitcoin, what is it? Okay, so that's a great question. That is a pretty... It's pretty... it's more in depth than you might think. I'm actually working on a Bitcoin explained course that I would love all of you to take. I'll make it entirely for free, so you could just give me your feedback. What makes sense, what doesn't. But Bitcoin is like a line of code. It's a line of code, and it's a UTXO, which is basically whenever you have Bitcoin, you have these transactions that are labeled on the blockchain. So when you have a Bitcoin, you don't necessarily have a line of code that is, this is your Bitcoin. Instead, you more have a record that you have received 1 Bitcoin worth of UTXOs. I hope that kind of helps a little bit. Think of it as so Bitcoin, if you think of it as like a ledger of transactions historically, and someone sends you money or pays you money for whatever reason, then on the ledger that everyone has and everyone can see, everyone knows that your wallet has the Bitcoin from that transaction. And if your wallet has the Bitcoin from that transaction, you can then decide to send that Bitcoin that amount to another wallet. But you don't necessarily have like an individual. There isn't a line of code that is like your individual coin. It's just when you try to send something, the system will go in, it will index the blockchain, and it'll see, okay, this person is trying to send 1 Bitcoin worth of transactions. They do have a record of having 1 Bitcoin worth of value in their wallet, so we will allow this. I'm still working out how to explain that well from a technical standpoint. Normally people don't get that in depth, which is why it's been actually really hard to find that information with like a clear explanation. If you see Andre Jick's YouTube channel, he talks about like buses for like Bitcoin, and if you see most of the descriptions from 2017 during the Bitcoin hype, they talk about ledgers like paper books. So I'm still working out how to give a good description of the fundamentals of how it actually happens, especially with blockchain, because blockchain technology is really neat, but it's hard to explain to someone that doesn't really understand the code. It's hard to explain in a semi-technical way to someone who's interested in learning about that, which I am, and so that information is not super available. So I hope to have that. I hope that put that together into some kind of, I don't know, YouTube video series or course or something like that. And if you continue checking back in, I do hope to have that before too long. So I hope that answers your question at least a little bit. Basically, it is a record of a line of code, more or less, a record that your line of code, which is your wallet, has access to a certain amount of money. It's kind of like an index. If you think of an Excel sheet where you've got a list of every wallet ever to exist, and then next to it you've got how many Bitcoin they have, and whenever you want to send a Bitcoin, they will make a new line or a new column, and they'll say this person received, like wallet 1 received 2 Bitcoin from wallet 2, and then on wallet 2's row they will say wallet 2 sent 2 Bitcoin to wallet 1. I might have mixed up those numbers, but I hope that kind of makes it make a little more sense. I do need to sign off here. YouTube, we're already over an hour, and I was told I should try to keep it under for the algorithm. So hopefully you found that useful, and TikTok, I'm also going to sign off here. My voice is getting a little tired. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. I hope you found this useful and helpful. Let me know if you have any comments or questions in the comment section after this video or in my Q&A feature on my bio. So yeah, thank you all so much. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow. And I will see you next time. Take care. Let's see.